All right, what's up guys? Phil Daru here, American Top Team Strength and Conditioning Coach. Coached over 100 fighters around my day, 10 years doing this. Also was a professional fighter myself. Today, I'm gonna take Nsima through my basic movement patterns, my warm-up drills, and some special exercises that I use for my fighters over at American Top Team and for my Olympians, my judo Olympians, and my boxers. So we're gonna do a lot of different movements here that's going to enhance his athleticism, his overall control of his body, and to produce power. So let's do this. All right, so first and foremost, what we're gonna do is gonna go through my basic movement prep. What we're trying to increase is tissue temperature and overall range control, and then we're gonna work into a neuromuscular response so that we can increase that CNS so that he can do the movements appropriately, produce force, and redirect force. So first one we're gonna do is we're gonna work from the ground up. That's why I have his shoes off here. Look at those toes, nice toes to a degree. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna work through the ground up, all right? I wanna make sure that he has proper foot placement, he has active range control inside of each joint capsule, and we're gonna work up the kinetic chain. So first one we're gonna do is just working through that range. So I want you to go dorsiflexion to plantar flexion, and you're just gonna drive the toes up to the shin. You're gonna come up, get into full extension, and then step. So you can drive the heel into the ground, come up, into extension. Drive the heel up, come up, into extension. All right, let's do about 10 yards down. So right now what I'm focusing on is his ability to dorsiflex or flex his foot, and then plantar flex, which is point up and drive through the ground, through the ball of his foot. What that's gonna do is that's gonna increase his force capabilities, right? We're gonna increase range of motion through an active range, right? And then also we're getting some muscle activation too as well. Good. Bad, good. A couple more. Keep coming. One more.
Should I speed it up a little bit, or?
Nah, you're good. Yeah, you don't want to lose your balance too. A lot of times my guys will try to go too fast and they lose their balance. They don't get the full range. So when you're starting to get comfortable with it, you want to make sure that you're going controlled and slow until you get the full movement. Then you can start to increase the velocity.
Got it.
Good, right there. Perfect.
Cool.
Okay, now we're gonna work into an isometric. So we're gonna go ahead and I want you to dorsiflex. So you're gonna point your toes up to your shins. We're gonna hold that position. You're gonna straighten out your legs, and then you're just gonna drive. So you're going absorbing force into an isometric, maintaining that position. All right. Okay. So let's do that. Drive those toes up. Good. And now all this time right here, now I'm actually giving him an active assessment. So I'm actually seeing, okay, is his feet turning out because he's trying to compensate through limited dorsiflexion? So as his feet come up, he's turning out to try to get more range that's not really there. And then I'm also looking at his gait, making sure that he's not wobbling side to side. I'm also looking at his hips too as well.
Do you see any problems with what I'm doing so far?
No, you got a little bit of tightness in the right side, I would say. Do you have any shifting in your squat at all?
I think actually I do.
Okay.
It's been noticed before in video, like sometimes I'll squat down and on the ascent, I don't know if it's shifting to my left or my right, but there's a little shift.
Most likely you're probably shifting to the left.
Yeah, I think
right?
you're right.
Because at the end of the day, right, when you have that limited dorsiflexion, this side's coming down, right? So you're able to push more off of this side. So you're actually pulling to that left side more because again, you're not able to get to that range. So if you can increase the range, it's gonna give you a better squat pattern in a way, right? That bar path's gonna be more adequate.
Okay.
All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and get into plantar flexion. Straight legs, right? Drive through the balls of your feet. Make sure that the heels don't drop, right? And you're gonna go ahead and I want you to make sure that the big toe is crushing the ground, right? Yeah, there you go, good, perfect. Don't curl the toes, just place them. There you go, that's different, right? So a lot of times when I say, grab the ground, a lot of people they grab the ground, but they curl their toes, right? We don't want that. We want to place the toes in and press down into the floor. Good. Good, perfect. There you go, good. Now again, I also want them to do this with their shoes off because we're gonna get that sensory input to allow for more range of motion and then just control there. And if I can get his feet moving correctly, it's gonna help throughout the entire kinetic chain. All right, so now we're gonna go a little bit more dynamic now, right? So with the heel toe walk, I want you to go ahead and I want you to drive up faster. So you're gonna be here, you're gonna drive up, boom, boom, boom. Okay, almost like you're slightly jumping, right? And just maintain control. Go up, make sure you flex though. There you go, flex the toe, right? There you go, good, full range. So what I'm seeing also is that he's lacking a little bit of big toe flexion in his left foot. So that may disrupt the gait pattern as if he was running. Did you play sports? You play sports, right?
I played soccer.
Play soccer? Man, you're a big soccer player, bro.
I was, yeah. I was like 2-something.
Jeez. All right. So yeah, again, when you have that limited flexion, right, of that big toe, what ends up happening is you start to roll inside, right? And what you want is you want to have that ability, not just passively, but actively to drive that toe up into that flexion. So let's do this real quick. So what I would see is, okay, I'd say keep all the little toes down and drive the big toe off the ground. Try to do that. Good. Now hold it. Good. Now place it down. Let's do it again. Drive it up. Good. Do it again. Good. Now what I want you to do is go ahead and bring all the toes up. Good. Now drop the big toe down, but keep the little toes up. Perfect. Good. Do it again. Bring it up. Down. Good. Okay. Relax. So it wasn't an issue of him actually having the mobility. It was actually a neurological inhibition. So now what I did is I just redirected his brain to understand how to flex the toe singularly, displacing it or disassociating from all the little toes. So now you kind of get a feel for, okay, I need to move everything.
It'll probably be easier to do that, what we were just doing.
Yeah. Everything moves. When you can move something, isolated from another joint, like I said, you want to make sure that you're moving each joint, directly so that the entire body can move more efficiently, right? When you're moving like a robot, it's very hard to get in good positions. Yeah. So you want to make sure that you have, just like isolating a muscle, right? We want to get that muscle strong. We isolate that muscle, we contract that muscle. And now if you want to get it more mobile, you isolate the muscle, you work that muscle in that range, right? And then you can increase the joint range of motion. So, all right, here we go. So now what we're gonna do is I want you to face this way. We're gonna go ahead, sit down into the hip, okay? And what you're gonna do is you're gonna go ahead and dorsiflex. So I want you up, you're gonna drive the foot into the ground, keeping the heel up, and then you're gonna go ahead and distribute the weight all on one leg and come back to square. So now you're in dorsiflexion until you get to square, perfect. Come back, stay in dorsiflexion, drive, and then replace. Good, let's do that.
So I need to go to dorsiflexion first, then step back?
That's plantar flexion. So we're gonna come here, up, yep, step, hold position, good. Now step all the way back, put all the weight on that one leg while you're stepping back. There you go, good. Now you can back to your heels and go again. Okay, good. So now we're loading that pattern in a dynamic fashion. So we're increasing the range of motion based off of his overall, it's like passive end range motion into active end range motion. Good. 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 It's almost like a back pedal, like a slow back pedal or a static back pedal, just like you were if you was playing football or something along the lines of that. But really, what's that?
One thing that's hard to remember is when I step back to load this first.
Yeah.
Before I step in, like I keep forgetting to do that.
So again, it's giving him the ability to understand how to load properly, right? And that's coming from a dorsiflexion state. So him flexing his feet, so it allows him to activate those muscles in his shin to move the joint appropriately. And then he's loading that position so that he can increase the range of motion in a loaded position. Good. Here, a couple more. Right there, yep, good. Try not to roll, right? Try not to roll. Good, couple more. Good.
Say try not to roll, what do you mean?
Yeah, so as I mean, don't roll out to the side, right? Because you started to roll. So remember, big toe placement, right? Crush the big toe to the floor. Good. There you go. Perfect. Good. Now, again, see, you're compensating a little bit there too on the right side because what you're doing, I'm seeing now, is you're starting to go like this and go like that. Come here and go here. So you're not going to get as much flexion because you're in a bent position. So again, you're driving up and then you go ahead and step back as opposed to doing this and coming back like that.
Let me ask you this. I have like a little bit of a nagging knee stuff in this knee. Would that be part of the reason why? Do I
Could
do
be.
that on this side?
Honestly, it could be from the ankles.
Could be on the, okay.
Yeah. So don't go to the, I mean, yes, this is the issue, but it may not be the source of the issue, right? It could be the reason because of the fact that you lack that dorsiflexion on that ankle. So you compensated through the knee, which will end up probably compensating somewhere along the chain throughout the body. So if you keep like again, it's a good assessment
Yeah.
tool so you can utilize to help identify, okay, what's the issue going on so that we can stop it before it affects the entire body.
Gotcha.
Okay? All right, so now we're gonna add to that. So now how we add force, we're gonna increase the velocity, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go a little faster. So now you're gonna be here, and I want you to just drive through, and you're not gonna stop now. So we're gonna be here, 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 here. Flex and back pedal, okay? Just the flex back pedal, do not stop in the middle this time.
Keep here the whole time.
Yep, keep neutral spine.
Okay.
Drive through, core tight, let's go. Good. Good, maintain your balance. Good. Good. Yep. Yep. Good, relax, perfect. All right, that wasn't bad. You could see there's a little bit of a sticking point there. So we can work through what's called controlled articular rotations with the ankle. I'll show you that's gonna help enhance it. And then also doing those pales and rails contractions are also gonna help with dorsiflexion in those end ranges.
Got it.
Okay? Now we're gonna go a little faster, right? And then what we're gonna do is now we're gonna absorb force in a more higher velocity. So now I want you to come up, and then you're just gonna drop, boom. Come up, drop. Come up, drop, okay? So now you have to absorb that force, right? In that eccentric load,
Yeah.
right? And maintain a good position, right? So now from here, I'm gonna go ahead and assess the hips. I'm gonna assess the ankles and knees and how it moves, okay? So you're gonna stand up tall, relax, and then hit down into it, okay?
Okay.
Here we go. There you go. Good. Control. Good. Stabilize. Good. Control, stabilize. Good. Okay, good. Relax. Perfect. It's good. Not bad. Right? You're starting to understand it more, right? And you can see it throughout the time that you're doing it. Your body's going to start to adapt, and that's good.
I'm thinking a lot. I'm trying not to think.
Sometimes it's good to just do.
Yeah.
Right? So now what we'll do is we're gonna go through the hips now. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get in a passive end range. You're gonna go ahead and sit into a perfect stretch. So what it's gonna be is we're gonna come up, you're gonna pull the knee into a passive, you're gonna let go, flex the toe, let go and hold into active, come down, right? Squeeze the glute so we can stretch out the hip flexor there.
Yeah.
Come down on the inside, you're gonna rotate over, reach up, hand goes to the other side of the leg, flex the toe, come back up. That's
Lord
gonna be
Jesus
one.
Christ.
All right. Hey,
Try to remember this.
all in one right here, right? We got
Okay.
time efficiency is key, right?
Got it.
So remember, when you go to pull the knee up, don't come down and don't lean back. Pull the knee to where to your passive end range, right? Then from there, you're gonna do what's called an end range hold or end range lift off, right? So you're here, you're gonna lift off and hold, and then come through. Okay? Then finish it up. Make sure that bottom leg, the leg that's on the ground, is straight.
Got it.
Okay? Flex the toes. Always flex, 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 flex. Flex the foot. No, yeah, there you go. Good.
Down this way.
Good. Full range. Good. Control your core. Control your trunk. Come down to the inside. Good. Now open. Right there. Good. Now open. Good. Reach up. Look up. Good. Now come to the other side. Bring that right arm down. Good. Other side of the leg. Good. Now fall back and stretch the hamstring. Perfect. Good. That's one. Now come back up. Good. Let's do the other side. You only have to do 3 each leg.
Okay.
All right, let's do it. Good. Hold. There you go. Now you're activating those muscles, right? Antagonistic. So we're pulling. Squeeze the glute on the far side. Good. So we're actually working on dynamic movement, but we're still stretching. So we're also doing basically reciprocal inhibition. So at the end of the day, like if I want to stretch out that far side muscle, I'm going to go ahead and contract the antagonistic, right?
Okay.
So at the end point, so for me, in order for me to increase that range of motion in my hip flexors, I'm going to contract my glute, right?
Yeah.
So I want to get into hip extension, we're going to activate the glute. Okay? Let's do it. Flex, good. That's all. Good. Good. So remember, when you go to lunge, try not to let the heel come off the ground, right? So sit your butt back a little bit more. If you have to, bring this back leg back more, right? Get into position, grab the ground, come down, stand tall, right? Rotate over, and then from there you can hit your hamstring and go from there. Okay? Let's do it. Good. Step. Balance, good. Inside, rotate through. Good. Other. Flex the toes. Perfect, good. Good. Flex. Don't point, flex.
Oh,
there you go, good. Step. Squeeze the glute, far side, boom, right? That's it. Other way.
oh yeah. That felt not good.
You could do it that way too, but
I felt like I was gonna fall over.
yeah. Most of the time, that's more of a yoga pose, right? For this, we're just trying to work the C-spine, right?
Okay.
Just trying to open it up. Okay, let's do one more. Flex. There you go, good. Open up, perfect, good. Down. Good. Perfect, good. Okay, relax, good. So now what we're gonna do is a RDL reach out
Okay.
into that lunge, into opening up the entire anterior chain. So you're gonna come here, we're gonna go ahead and quad stretch it first. So we're here. Again, we're gonna get into the passive end range. We're gonna hold, right, off the lift off. So we're squeezing hamstring. So as I hold, I'm squeezing my glute, squeezing my glute, squeezing my hamstring. As I let it go, I don't wanna let it drop. So that we wanna get limited lag on that drop. So I'm pointing, squeezing, holding. Then from there, I'm gonna open up, step down, boom, get into position, lock it in, glute tight, come down, push the hips forward, and open up through here.
Got it.
All right? Then you just step back and go again, okay?
Okay.
Let's try it. Again, this is gonna work intrinsic muscles of the lower limbs. So now we're working on core stability, right? Lower limb stability, and then you're also working through ranges of motion. Like we talked about, we're still getting strong, but we're also increasing the ability to be athletic. Okay?
Got it.
Good. Good. Tight hamstrings. Good. Open. Hold on. Gotta hit the RDL. The RDL.
Oh yeah.
Single leg RDL reach out. Good. Now palms up or thumbs up. Right there. Yep. Perfect.
Then back.
Step right back down. Good. Getting that lunge. Hold position now. Squeeze the glute. Good. Now I want you to turn. Let's create external torque. Let's turn the thumbs and reach back. Good. Right there. Good. And as you're reaching back, you're pushing the hips forward. Good. The goal really also is to make sure as you're reaching up, you don't want to get into this open scissor. So we have to draw down that rib cage. Perfect. Good. Now just step back and repeat.
Okay.
Squeeze the glute, grab the ground. Good. Open up. Thumbs up. Good. Straighten out those arms. Good. Step. Stay in control.
Do I keep this here? When I...
Yep. You want to, as you come here, you can come down and then open up, right? So again, we want to work through full range, right? Perfect. All right, let's try it again. Squeeze the glute. Step, elbows. Good. Grab the ground. Find your balance. Good. Right. Perfect. So now you're working balance, right? You're working coordination. You're working stability, obviously, right? That's a part of balance. And then you're also working active range of motion, right? And again, you're activating the nervous system a little bit too, because you have to activate those muscles a little bit more and fire them up.
This is amazing. I feel like everything working right now.
Yeah.
Literally.
Once you get comfortable, then it's like boom, 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 right? We usually spend about 10 minutes on it. That's it. See what I mean?
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay, let's do it. All right, glute squeeze, hamstring on, good. Reach back, good, hold. Good. Hold it. Good. That's it. Now remember, you don't want to be stiff here. Okay, so I want you to almost reach like you're trying to reach in front of you, because we're going to pull into protraction, right? And then from there, you're going to come down. We're going to come up, right? And as you do that, what we're going to do, we're going to shrug, right? So elevation, but we're drawing down the rib cage. Again, we want to make sure that we're not opening up in the TL junction, right? We're going to lock that down, so keep that core braced, but drive your hips forward.
What you said is huge right there, because we see a lot of powerlifters squat.
Yeah, they open up.
Happens.
Yeah, exactly.
They're not keeping brace here, so that's
exactly.
huge.
Yep. So with the powerlifters too, a lot of the times when you're talking about intra-abdominal pressure, right, you want to create that 360 degrees. So again, you're still creating intra-abdominal pressure, because again, you have to lock down the midsection. If we lock down proximally, it's going to enhance distal mobility, right? So Stuart McGill says that a lot, right? Proximal stability will lead to distal mobility.
Yeah.
Same concept, but we're doing it now in a dynamic fashion, right? Through several different movements, not just the squat in a sagittal plane.
Yeah.
Right?
Whew. Okay.
Thumbs up. There you go. Good. Step. Boom. Right there. Place it. There you go. Up. Good. That's it. Right? That's good. Perfect. All right. So now we went through the slow dynamic. Now we're going to go fast dynamic. So now we're going to have to work a little bit more athleticism here.
Yeah.
All right. So first one we're going to do, we're just going to do a standard, it's a low level A skip. We're not going to bring the knees up yet. We're going to keep the feet flat or keep the legs straight. And all I want you to do is just want you to bounce, right? So increase that plyometric. And then you're just going to tap, 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 tap. Double tap. And then reach out, flex. Reach out, flex, okay?
You say reach out, flex.
Dorsiflex, right? Let's do it. Double tap. Good.
Stay on my toes here.
Yep, perfect. Doing good. Yep. Just like you're running, perfect. Elbows. Good, keep going. Good. Good. That's it. And relax, good. Okay, perfect. Let's add the knees into it.
Okay.
Right? You've done A skips before?
Long time ago.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
played soccer, yeah.
So this is kind of like a track movement, right?
Yeah.
So what we'll do is we double bounce, right? And now we're gonna drive the knees up. So you're here. Boom, boom. Okay. All right. Maintain that neutral spine, right? Remember, opposite arm, opposite knee, right? Let's do it.
Brings back memories. Let's see if I can remember.
Good. Knee up. Knee up. Good. Good. Double bounce. Good. That's it. Reach out in front a little bit more. Good. That's it. Good. Let's get a little bit more height on that bounce.
Yeah.
Right? You're doing good with the rhythm, right? Just give me a little bit more height on it, okay?
Okay.
We're gonna do it backwards though. Okay, so now we're here, right? We're here, up. Now just pushing backwards, that's it.
Got it.
All right, let's do it. There you go, good. Try not to swing the hips out, right? Keep the hips squared up to me. Good, perfect, perfect, good. Keep going, you got it. Good, good. Stay square, good. Know your body is in space. That's it, and relax, good. So now, again, we're working the hips, we're working proprioception, we're working up low-level plyometric. Now we're gonna go sideways because we work in all different patterns, right? So now we're moving linear, or we went linearly, now we're gonna go lateral. So now we're here, we're double bouncing, gonna drive up, boom. All right, push, replace. All right, let's do it. Let me do it again. You got me? You got it? You want me to do it again?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I'll grab my phone, man. I'm over here. Things falling off. All right. So from here, bounce, drop. Okay. Just push lateral, push lateral, all right? Let's make it work. Come on. Don't cross the feet. There you go. Don't cross the feet. Good. Good. Keep moving. You got it. Keep moving. Knee up, drive, and relax. Perfect. Good. Let's do it again. Going back. All right. There we go. Hit it. Good. Knee up. Come on. Big drive. Good. Good. Come on now. Stay upright. Stay upright. Keep going. You got it. Good. Good. That's it. That's it. Remember now, don't get stuck in that flexion though. Right with the knee, I want your full extension of the leg. All right. Now what we'll do is we're gonna go side to side. Okay. So now we're gonna do single leg bounce. Okay, side to side. All I want is here. You're gonna sink into the hip. You're just gonna push out of 45. We're gonna push. We're gonna land. You push, land. Okay. It doesn't have to be a big jump. It's a small one. Right. I want you to absorb and then redirect. Absorb, redirect. Make sure when you do it. A lot of my fighters, what will end up happening is because they're not comfortable yet to sit into their hip, they sit into their quad because a lot of times, as Josh will tell you, right? When you go to shoot, you're here, and as I shoot, I'm shooting through the knee, right? So they're a lot more quad dominant at that point. So I want them to understand how to sit through their hip because that's going to help with torque, right? And that's going to help with loading and absorbing that force and then redirecting it fast because you're going to activate the glute, the hamstring, right? Yeah. Abductors. So what I always say is when they go to land, I want them to load the hip, right? Yeah. And they're basically gonna have, I want their chest over their knee, right? And I want the far side knee that's up, I want it back behind the other knee, the front knee. I don't want this. This is what tends to, when you land, this is what tends to happen. They start to sit like this and they land here. So you want the hinge. So I want a full hinge, we're gonna hinge, but I don't say hinge because they don't understand that. So what you're gonna say is you're gonna go ahead, sit your butt back, load the far side hip, chest over knee, knee behind the other knee. And then from there, it's boom, knee behind the other knee, knee behind the other knee. Okay, let's do it. Yep, push, balance, good, 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 good. Get a little bit more drive now, a little bit more drive, jump up. There you go, there you go, more 45 though. There it is. Better. Yep.
I wasn't sure if I should be going faster.
Yeah, I just want just a little plyometric, right? So we still want a little bit of load and want to make sure that you're getting up, but yeah, that's fine. Okay. Now we're gonna work through internal external rotation. Okay. We're gonna do it singularly, then we're gonna put it together. Okay. So what I mean by that is we usually do internal rotation first, right? So as I turn my hip, whenever I go to throw my strikes, right, I have to turn that over with my TFL. So as I go to rotate, you're gonna do it on the back.
You reminded me about though?
What's that?
Remember that meme that's been going crazy, that football player is.
Oh yeah. Similar, right? So the goal with this, right, is to make sure that we can internally rotate without moving the other hip. So I'm gonna go here, it's kind of like a half karaoke. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna internally rotate, drive through, and then flip my hip back. So you're here, remember, now we're increasing range of motion right now. We're working mobility, but we're working in a higher dynamic fashion. Okay, so now we're here, internal rotation, I flip the hip through. Boom, boom, boom. Now if you throw, let's say for instance, like, this is good for baseball, this is good for football, this is good for obviously combat sports, but when I throw my punches or my kicks, I need to be here, right? And I need to be able to turn back. Let's say if I throw a 2-3. So if I'm here, boom, I need to be able to throw, turn the hip, turn it over. Same thing if I'm throwing a back leg kick, boom, I turn it over, and I need to be able to replace. Or if I'm going to transition or redirect, or let's say angle out, right? I need to be able to turn back, just like that. So it's the same concept, we're just moving in one direction.
Can I see that movement one more time?
You're here. We'll go slow, we'll turn it. So I want here, then flip it over. Turn it, flip it over, flip it over. The goal that the thing I don't want, and I see a lot too, is that they end up doing this. It's not that. Make sure you fully internally rotate. It's not here. It's a crossover, but it's a fully internally rotated crossover. Okay? Let's do it. Good. Good. Make sure you're going to see how you're starting to turn that way. So if you look, you started here. You ended up there. Like you started to drift back. So you gotta flip it. What that's showing me is that your internal rotation is good, but flipping it back through, right? Your recovery is lagging. You need to throw it right back, yeah. There you go. Good. Flip it through. Good. Good. 2 more. Right, good. Let's do the other side. All right. Here we go. Turn. Good. And pull it through. Pull it through. There it is. That's the one. That's the one right there. There you go. Now you got it. Pull it through, turn. Pull it through, turn. Perfect. Pull it through, turn. Good. Now, if you're looking at it from a jiu-jitsu side, right, that's guard players do that all the time, right? So you have to close the guard down, right? And as I'm pulling through, again, internal, external rotation, and now you're doing it in a dynamic fashion. So now you're increasing the velocity there too as well. Power production comes into play there. And then also you're working mobility, but you're also getting your body ready for the work ahead. Okay, now we're gonna go external rotation. So for this one, it is like a karaoke. You're gonna turn that hip back. So we're gonna come back and then turn through, back, turn through, back, turn through, back. What's that?
So am I going here?
Yep.
Or am I just going here?
No, go ahead, turn it out as much. So you're coming here and turn it out because again, if I'm talking about like pivoting, right, I need to be here. So I need to be able to be dynamic here.
I think I got it.
Let it flow. There you go, let it flow. Good. Remember, don't just use the knee, use the hip. See how he's drifting though. You're drifting though, you're still drifting, look where you're at.
Okay.
Right? So what that means is that you're not flipping that other hip through, right? It's getting there, but it's not getting all the way there, right? And that's why you're going at that angle.
Yeah.
So when you get to here, as I go to turn, make sure you flip it here, because if not, if you go too far back, you're gonna start going that way. Okay? Let's do it. Get that balance. Balance, balance. Good. Now, make sure, see, look how far your base is.
Yeah.
Right? Get back to your base.
Stay here.
Good. Good, speed it up. Good, speed it up. Relax, good, okay. Not bad, okay. We'll push lateral now.
Okay.
This one's very simple. Just make sure that you land on 2 feet, so I'm here. Now I'm not gonna load the hip entirely. I'm gonna go from a static to a dynamic. So I'm here, I'm pushing, boom, stick. Push, boom, stick, okay. Static, dynamic, boom. And then I'm loading. So I'm here, boom, push, okay.
Go right back into the hips.
Right back in, yep. Let's do it. Okay, hold on now. So if you look at your foot right now, right, it's not ready to produce force. Because now what's ended up happening right now is what you want to do is you want to create supination, right? We got to create a false arch here. So grab the ground, create that false arch. From here, you're going to push, boom. But you were like this. You were here,
yeah, I wasn't.
but that foot wasn't ready to produce force. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You put a lot of load, maybe indirectly put a lot of load in the MCL, the inside of the knee, because that foot was flat, okay? Got to create torque, right? So yeah, external torque first. Create external torque, boom, boom. Now you're able to produce force faster.
So what you're talking about right now.
Same thing for squatting.
Yeah, that's the
Same
thing.
thing
That's
for
one
squatting.
thing I noticed, like rooting the foot into the
That's
ground.
it, that's it.
That's something that a lot of
Rooting-
like, during deadlifts too.
Yeah, rooting means something different in Australia, by the way. Yeah, I found that out. So everybody from Australia is talking shit right now, by the way. But yes,
Hilarious.
you want to root yourself into the ground, right? We want to create that external torque, right? Because again, you're gonna make sure that the hips are firing efficiently. When the hips fire efficiently, it's gonna allow the body to produce force at any range, whether it be sagittal plane or left to right, whatever the case. Okay, let's do it. Okay, now don't shuffle. Pick the foot up, right? Because what you're doing is you're doing this.
Yeah.
You need to pick it up, push, pick it up, push, pick it up, right
So I'm
there.
trying to create as much force that way.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Right?
Got it.
Pick that leg up. Don't shuffle. Yeah, so what's happening, see right there, your legs are clicking together. So remember, it's not a shuffle, it's a push, right?
Yeah.
So you're gonna do that after, right, where you actually pull with your adductor. But this one, you're picking the leg up and it's never meeting.
Wait, so
What's going on with you
this
is
one's leaving the ground first.
you're letting, you gotta create distance, right? You gotta give it the ability to move, right? So you gotta pick that up to get it out the way,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
So you're creating, again, you're working singularly, right? Together, you're gonna work unilateral, bilateral, unilateral, bilateral. Bilateral is gonna be the squat. This is gonna give you the optimal mobility, movement, control, and then also activation to go into the squat, right? So again, you're activating it one side at a time so that it can come together when you need to under load,
Okay.
okay?
Let's see if I can get the hang of this time. So pushing from here.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. There you go, perfect. Now we're getting it. Good, now we're getting it, push. That's it, push. Yep.
That makes sense.
Sir?
Yeah.
Yep. Good, create torque. That's it, create torque, push. Good, push. Good, push, that's it. Much better, much better. Good, Good, remember we're pushing through the hip, right? Through the hip, from the foot through the hip, from the foot through the hip. One more, that's it, good, all right? You see what I'm saying now?
I see what you're saying.
So this is the same concept, like if I were to go do, if I'm going to push off, right? If I'm here, when I go to push, if I'm trying to get in and out of the pocket, I need to be able to push, boom, and then redirect. So it's push, redirect, push, redirect. That's gonna allow me to evade those punches and kicks, whatever the case may be, and then get in and get out, right?
Got it.
Now we're gonna put it all together, okay? So first one, right, you go internal, external, then the push. So we'll be here, boom, boom, push, okay? So stop in between, right? Stop in between.
Okay.
All right, so here, boom, boom, push, okay? Gotta get the hips working. All right, let's do it. You got it.
Okay.
Let's do it. Internal.
Give me a second.
Let it flow, let it flow, let it flow. Yeah, let's go. Come on, there you go. Good, I need that, okay, back more though. I wanna see that back leg on the external. I need that back leg behind that leg. Push, good. The internal in front of the leg, behind the leg, push. You got it, you get it. It takes some time, all right? Take some time, let's go. Internal, external, push. That's it. There you go, take your time. You good, come on. Yep, yep. There you go, good. Do it again. Turn, turn, push. All right, good. All right. But you see, now we increased, right, body temperature, right, sweating now. Muscles are firing, nervous system is activated, right? Now we can go into our movement, right? So again, whatever the workout's gonna be, that's what you're gonna load, right? Again, we can also work into the upper body. So for the upper body, it'd be the same concept. We're gonna work through the ranges of motion. So first one we're gonna do, let's go ahead and go down to the floor on your chest, all right? Go ahead and do that now. So for this one, we're just gonna do prone swimmers here. So I want your chin tucked, right? Yeah, no, you're gonna be face down, right? Keep the glutes on, right? You wanna draw the rib cage down. So I wanna go ahead and keep the feet down though. Squeeze the glutes, but keep the feet down. Good, now we're gonna create intra-abdominal pressure, right? So I wanna maintain that neutral spine here. Right now, what I want you to do is I want your thumbs up and I want you to get in a wide position. There you go. Now from there, right, we're gonna drive in or drive up. Good, hold position there, right? Trying to let it drop. Good, hold that position. I want you to straighten out your hands and flex. Straighten them out as much as you can. Straighten out the fingers, open them up, open up the thumbs, good. Now from there, go ahead and bring them back and internally rotate the shoulder. So you're gonna come this way and back behind you. Keep going all the way around, all the way around. Good, now bend the elbows, but don't let them touch your butt. Come up, come up, come up, this way, right there. Hold that position, squeeze through here. Pull, pull. Now pull down. I want you to depress the shoulders down. Good. Hold it though, hold it, hold it, hold it up, hold it up. Good. Now extend the arms, hold position. Good, now rotate through, all the way around. Rotate, 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 rotate. Good, back up, that's one. All right, let's do 10 more. Go, got it. Bend the elbows, good. Perfect, go all around. There you go, back around. Good. Try to bring those hands closer together when you bring them into the bent position, right? So when you're internally rotated, internal rotation, bend the elbows, try to touch your hands together. Right there, now bend the elbows more, right there, hold that, hold that, hold that, lock it in. Shoulders down, don't roll forward. Yep, 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 yep. Now come out. That's the one right there, good. Rotate through, arms up, good, again. Internal rotation, bend the elbows, pull them in, right there, hold that, shoulders back and down, back and down, back and down, good, hold it. Good, extend, don't rest, rotate. Good. Go ahead and give me 2 more, go ahead, knock them out. Internal rotation, bend the elbows. Good, good, hold, shoulders back, shoulders back, shoulders back, shoulders back, pull, 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 open up. Come on, you got it, stay close. Good, and relax for a second. Good, okay? So, right there, we're working the internal rotation, right?
Oh, yeah.
Right, and then, again, that's gonna help We can go into external rotation too as well. It's gonna help with force production, right?
Y'all see what the fuck, how much I was struggling with that? Oh my goodness.
But a lot of times, especially when you're muscled up back there,
Yeah.
it's harder, right?
Yeah.
But again, it's gonna help you when you're talking about increasing force, right? You're able to produce force from a better position, right? And now you have that range of motion. Now you can activate muscles in those ranges. That means you can increase your muscle size because you're able to get into positions more. See what I'm saying?
That was good. I've seen people talk about swimmers, but like when you see people doing it, they're just like,
Yeah, they're just swimming.
like
Yeah.
you're actually activating everything back here.
Yeah,
which
you
is
got-
why it's so hard to maintain.
Well, everything is about intent, right? If you can do anything, you could half-ass a workout, but you could do the same workout, right? And I go through the same motions, but I put more intent into the workout. I got more out of the same workout we did, but I just put more effort into it. So it is all about intent. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you got to know how to put the intent in there, right? So a lot of times people see it, they see it on my Instagram or something like that, and they do it, but they don't put the intent that I want in it, right? So that's the goal, right? Is to really put true effort into it.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
I get exactly what you're saying.
All right, so now we're gonna come on up, right?
What? It's the truth. I get it.
Okay.
Oh yeah. This.
So now with speed, so this can be done for benching, and this can be done for any type of strength and conditioning, especially if you're doing like for me, I do I do a concurrent style of an approach, right?
Yeah.
So we'll work the conjugate system, but we'll do max effort on one day, dynamic effort on the other. We all know about that. So for the max effort days, right, or the dynamic effort days, we're gonna go ahead and activate the muscles that are needed for the press. So what I want to do is get down into the press position, so push-up position. All right. Right now, stay in line. Make sure I want your shoulders in line with the hands. So bring your hands back a little bit more. Right there. Hold that position there. Now head down. Boom. Right there. Now with this, okay, what you're gonna do is on my go, right? I want you locked in, and then all I want you to do on my go is you're gonna switch your hands, boom, and then back. So back.
Okay.
Back. Okay. Quick. We're gonna go left arm up, right arm back. All right. We'll do.
Arm up, right, okay.
Yep. Okay. Head down. On me, be fast. Ready? Go. Ooh, there it is. Do it again. Go. There you go. Stay strong. Go. Go. And back fast. Go. Come on. Stay strong. Go. Go. Come on, baby. Go. Go. Relax. Good. Relax. See? So now you have stability there, right? And you have to create force and velocity in that static position, right? So you got static overcome by dynamic, right? If you watch the video that I did recently with one of my boxers, kid's super fast, one of the fastest hands I've ever seen, right? He's 5-0, 5 knockouts, but his hands are crazy. He does this with like effortlessly, right? Boom, 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 boom. But the goal really is to when you're talking about a reactive sport like MMA, boxing, whatever, we need to be able to produce force fast, rapidly, right? With an external like objective, right? So if I go, let's say for instance, like a cue of an external cue, if I say go, or if I touch him, something like that, that's gonna improve reactive strength, or that's gonna improve their reactive skill. Then we're gonna increase the ability to produce velocity, speed, right? So we're gonna load it in a position, and then that's gonna enhance the strength quality, but also it's gonna enhance the stability and overall velocity. Let's try the other side though, okay? And again, you're working on activating the muscles. Okay, so this is gonna be left arm up, right arm back.
Right arm up, left arm back.
Gotcha. Okay, ready? Go. Go. That's it. Strong. Go. 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 Relax. Good. Okay. See his arms start to shake there, right? So now central nervous system fatigue starts to set in, muscle fatigue starts to set in. That's when we stop it, right? Because again, the goal isn't to fill the muscles out. The goal isn't to produce lactate. The goal is really to get that response, right? A fast response, right? To increase the central nervous system. All right. Okay, so we just finished the entire activation sequencing. It usually takes about 10 minutes, but since we were working through the ranges, we were trying to get the optimal movements that we needed to. He was just learning the process. You know, the goal really for this can help with all sports, right? Not just combat sports, but powerlifters, weightlifters, football, baseball, whatever the case. The goal really, again, like I said, tissue temperature, body temperature, neuromuscular firing, right? And then also we're loading those certain joints to increase range of motion. So how'd you like it?
Man, that was good, especially those swimmers at the end. Like you feel everything working.
Yeah, so again, that could be really good when you're trying to get ready for the bench, right? And then also any type of pulling, right? If you're trying to do like, let's say your heavy pulls, deadlifts, things like that. Even for the squat, you know, because you got to get into that external rotation.
Yeah.
Get into there, pull the bar down, make sure everything's tight, and you're activating all these muscles back here. So you're creating that shelf, which is always important too.
I feel like I just got a little bit of a lift and it's crazy.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, man. All right, so that was it.
Cool.
What else?
Guys, check this video. I mean, edit that out. So guys, I hope you utilize these. This is Phil Daru, amazing strength coach of professional fighters and champions. Strength is never a weakness. Weakness is never a strength. We're out.